This video is on how to trade silver, and I've pulled up silver. Silver is traded very similar to a currency. It's not really a currency, but it acts like a currency, and because of that, we can trade it both ways in the forex. So we can trade it against the U.S. dollar as a buy or a sell. Okay, and you know that everybody knows that the silver has been going up. By the way, silver's symbol is XAG. So I'm simply here on a 60-minute chart here at Proact Traders, and just going to show you, kind of how we capture that movement and how it can be very easily translated into profit for you. This area right here that we have between the moving averages, this tall green one and this large red one right here, this is an area we call the desert, and it's an area of indecision or transition. Okay, but as we know, silver's been going up. And so the question then becomes, okay, it's gone up. When it comes back down, should I get back in it again? So that's kind of what this is all about, is showing you that silver is really easy to trade because one of the things that happens is that we have very little downside risk. The chance of silver going to zero is almost non-existent, and especially in times of recession or extreme economic crisis, money flows into silver and gold. Now, gold works the same way as silver, but for the average investor, owning some gold is daunting because of the cost. But silver is, at a relatively attainable price. So as you can see, as the market moves, we get little arrows here. These arrows tell us that money is coming in in buys, and we're watching 24 things behind the scenes, behind these charts, to tell us that information. So we're basically momentum traders, and momentum enters the market, and we can capture that based on these arrows and painted candles. Now, when we get a white dot, that's even stronger. That means that the big boys are also entering with the everyday money. So you can see here over and over and over and over again, we had good momentum pushes into the marketplace, continuously staying out of the desert, rising, and each one of these green arrows and painted candles is an opportunity to trade. Now, I'm on a 60-minute chart, and what's important about that is that silver is really a currency that you should not day trade, but you should trade it for position trading over a long haul, and add to your position as it continues to prove that it's going to where it's going. And over and over again, you see constantly we had more and more opportunities to buy and buy and buy and buy and buy. Okay, and up here we got our first pullback here. This is the first hint that maybe the silver was pulling apart, and then we had another pretty strong move. Once we get there, we're 4 or 5 opportunities right in there to buy, and then right here we get what is called a bull flag. Okay, it's where the people that did all that before they're taking their profit out, and you can see we have the ability to short the market here the same way. All right, going against the trend. Once we broke into this desert here, then we knew that the market was absolutely not going to continue up right in here because we broke into the desert area. I'll show you the bottom here. So this whole area right in here is the desert. Okay, and once we broke out of the bull flag right here, you can see this, we now have the opportunity to say, okay, now we're going to continue up. So we have a special tool on our charts called an HSI, and that tool uses Fibonacci values as well as support and resistance, and it's all put into one one tool. And so we simply find a low if we're a buyer, we would find a high if we were a seller, okay, and we would just simply find that low, and we would click on it, and it will now give us the resistances in advance up the chart as to where the market should stall out. Okay, and you can see that they stalled right out here at the R2, and then they turned. Okay, so as we go up here, we'll do this kind of quickly so you can see. They got right up here to the R3, the third resistance, and backed off of it. Okay, and once again, we're getting lots of opportunities here to buy. Again, we know we pulled out of this bull flag, so we're looking for it to go up. This is our next target, the R4 right here. We almost reach it here. You can see we got a clear signal here, and we got even more stronger with the white dot showing up right there. And as we continue to move up, notice that right in this area here, they absolutely knew exactly where that R4 was. So right now our target up here is now the R5, And as you can see, that's where we took that R5 out exactly. Once again, lots of opportunities to trade it here, okay? And as we continue on up, we can see that it took off and went right up to the R6, and that's where we had the next sell-off right here. And that's just recently happened in the last day. So, what I want to do here is kind of just go back a little bit and show you that, okay, on a 60-minute chart, it's pretty easy to see, but let's take it down even to a smaller chart. And so I'm just going to mark a spot here. We'll just mark right here, okay, so that I can find this when I go down to a 10-minute chart. And we're going to put this down to a 10-minute chart, and we're going to look at the opportunities that we would have had to buy in this movement up. So, here we go. We're on a 10-minute chart. This is where that shows up. Sorry. Okay, so you can see right here is the line on a 60-minute chart. We have an opportunity to buy here. We've got lots of opportunities to buy here, buy here, buy here. And we would actually pass on this trade. Why? Because it's too close to this top right here. So we would just, be moving our stop. And, silver, you don't want to be too close to it because, when people start selling off, it's because they're happy with their profit. And so the currency can move, 50, 60, 70 cents, even a dollar in a normal move, and then start resumption once more, okay? And you can see that, up they go, and they're continuing on up. Now, when we get into, we're actually now into current time right here, and these little blue lines are giving us 30 pip movements. In the Forex, we use pips, not points. Okay, so it's actually showing you what 30 pips looks like, and you can see the market, pretty well knows where those things are right there. And when we topped out here at the R6, that was time for us to move our stop. And had you done that, you could have made all the profit up. Of course, once we enter back down into the desert in this area in here, now we know that we can short sell. Okay, so there's a great trade down there. So silver is a relatively easy commodity to trade if you have great charts that show momentum. And as you can see in a very quick video, that we have a tremendous ability to find the place where the big boys are entering their trades and taking them to a known target. And knowing when to exit and when to enter is very critical in trading silver. And it's highly profitable. These are trades that you can stay in for days, weeks, even months, as long as they continue to trend here. So, right now we're at current, and you can see that we're having a lot of consolidation in here. And when we break north again, that will be your clue that it's time to take this thing, up. And so let me remove this, and we'll just find some targets here that we can use. And remove this. Okay, so if we assume, and we don't know that this is the bottom yet, but if we assume that this is the bottom yet here, then we can quickly go ahead and put another HSI target on there, and it will the tool will calculate where these values are. See, it knew where the R2 was. The R3 is right here, and we can now see that as we go up, we got an R5 here at about a little over $30 an ounce, and up here I would expect that the market will stall out right here, where we have two HSI targets. We call this confluence, when we get multiple areas saying this is the stopping point. So right now in the initial thrust, we're looking at a 32.72 area, and then all the way up here at 36.37 is where our target is currently. Now, when the next move gets underway, you can be assured that we will be in this for that movement. So it's pretty easy to do, and if you need any help, we're more than happy to help you understand how to trade silver as well as the other currencies. So I hope that helps you. Have a great day.